Let's get into the updates we have thus far. Uh, Former assistant David James on redirect stated that Combs once asked him to falsely report to police about an altercation between Combs and his then chef at his house in Alpine, New Jersey. James stated, and I quote, he, Combs, instructed me to say that she, the chef, was the aggressor and hit him first. Sure, that's still not an excuse for a grown. You know what? James said he didn't want to make a false police report, so he drove around New Jersey for a while. When he eventually turned to the house, he told Combs he had made the report, James testified. From then, Regina Ventura was called to testify. Regina is the mother of Cassie Ventura, former girlfriend of Sean Diddy Combs. Prosecutor Emily Johnson asked Mrs. Ventura to identify Combs in a photo and explained how she knew him. Ventura stated, he dated my daughter. Ventura said she first met Combs in 2006 when her daughter, Cassie, signed with Combs' record label, Bad Boy Records. Regina Ventura said when her daughter and Combs started dating in New York City, she'd see her daughter about 3 to 4 times a year. Regina said when her daughter and Combs, when her daughter moved to California with Combs, Regina said that she saw her less frequently, usually only around the holidays. It was harder to get to her, Ventura recalled. Regina Ventura, the mother of Cassie, testified that her daughter emailed her in December 2011 to say Combs was threatening to release explicit sex tapes of Cassie. If you follow the comments back, we discussed this in Cassie's testimony from last week as well. This appears to mesh with Cassie Ventura's earlier testimony that Combs threatened Cassie in December 2011 when he learned she was dating Scott Mescudi, also known as the rapper Kid Cudi. The email said, according to Regina Ventura, and I quote, the threats that have been made towards me by Sean Puffy Combs are that he is going to release two explicit sex tapes about me, one on Christmas Day, maybe before or right after, and another one sometime soon after that. He has also said that he will be having someone hurt me and Scott Muscudi physically. He made a point that it wouldn't be by his hands. He actually said he'd be out of the country when it happened. Regina Ventura said she felt physically sick when she read the email. The message was sent under an alias, Veronica Bang, the mother said. The email also was sent to one of Combs' employee, Regina Ventura said. I did not understand a lot of it. The sex tapes threw me. I did not know the other person, but knew that he was going to try to hurt my daughter, Regina Ventura said. Uh, Cassie's mother then went on to testify that she wired money to Combs because she was scared for her daughter's safety. Um, she said that Combs told her he needed $20,000 to recoup money he had spent on Cassie, and Ventura said that Combs was angry her daughter was now in a relationship with Kid Cudi. Ventura stated that she and her husband took a home equity loan to obtain $20,000 in order to send it to Combs. The jury saw photos of Cassie Ventura that her mother took in December 2011 in her parents' Connecticut home after Combs allegedly physically assaulted her. Regina Ventura said that she visited Cassie and Combs in LA in August of 2016 for her daughter's 30th birthday. She and Combs got into a bitter argument outside of Cassie's apartment building after Combs stole Cassie's phone. Regina Ventura said she called the police. We were arguing about the phone. I wanted the phone back and he was holding it, she said. One of Combs' security guards was standing between them and she said I was yelling, screaming, and trying to hit him, she said. But she said that she was not able to hit him. Regina Ventura said Combs eventually gave her the phone, but then he took Cassie's car. Uh, Her testimony finished without cross-examination from the defense, and then the prosecution went on to call Sheree Hayes to the stand. Part 2 will be linked in the comments. Part 2. Sheree Hayes, now 51, said he worked as a male exotic dancer with the stage name The Punisher from 2012 to 2016. Hayes testified that he met Combs and Ventura sometime in the fall of 2012. He said he first got a call from Ventura, who told him her name was Janet. She said it was her birthday, and her husband said she could hire an exotic dancer for the occasion. He said he believes they found him through his website. Hayes said he met Combs and Ventura at Trump International Hotel in New York City that first time. He said he believed he was going there to provide a 30 to 45-minute striptease dance for a small group. Hayes continued describing his first encounter with Ventura and Combs at the Trump International Hotel in NYC. He said that Ventura greeted him at the door in a robe when he arrived, and he believed she was also wearing a wig. He did not recognize her at the time, according to his testimony. He said that Ventura invited him into the suite, and she explained that she didn't want him to actually dance. She told him that her and her husband liked to create a sexy scene involving the application of baby oil, and that her husband eventually would come out to watch. This is according to his testimony. Ventura told him to ignore her husband, and he said, and I quote, "I was specifically told to not acknowledge her husband, try not to look at him, no communication or anything." After explaining the situation, Ventura handed him a stack of cash and said he could change into underwear or a towel in the bathroom. He counted $800 in cash and then slipped into a towel. He then testified more about the first encounter with Combs and Ventura, and he said that he followed Ventura's lead and mimicked what she did. He said that when Ventura began to pour baby oil on herself, he did too. Eventually, he saw a man enter the room. Hayes recalled that Combs would speak to Ventura, giving subtle directions, including adjustments he wanted to the lighting and how her body was supposed to be positioned. He said that at the end of the encounter, Ventura thanked him and handed him an additional $1,200. The jury was then dismissed for a lunch break. So that's what we have right now. The judge is said to be back on the bench with the jury. Thus far, I don't believe has been called back in. Oh, my apologies. The male escort is back on the stand testifying about his interactions with Ventura and Combs. He did state that sometimes he'd meet them on consecutive days, but those instances would be months apart. He also says that he met with them at a hotel in NYC. Sometimes he'd meet them at 2:30 in the morning and wouldn't leave until 11 in the morning. He also said he usually received a message from Ventura planning the event a few hours in advance. That's what we have thus far. The next set of updates, I will bring them to you. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment.